Coming up on this episode of the Spiro Podcast, you're not assuming that you can just talk to the decision maker right away, but you're giving the respect to the gatekeeper of their role and their position. You work with them first, build a rapport with them first, and then get the introduction eventually to the ultimate decision maker.
Welcome to the Spiro Podcast, managing your real estate photography and videography business. With your hosts, Todd Kivimaki and Craig Magrum.
Hi, and welcome to the Spiro Podcast, managing your real estate photography and videography business. Spiro is a software platform designed to help you manage your day-to-day business in real estate visual marketing and really help you scale and grow your business as well. I'm Craig Magrum, host of the podcast. Always great to be with you. And of course, always with us, our co-host, owner, and founder of Spiro, Todd Kivimaki. Right now, it's a beautiful day here in Northwest Ohio as we record this, Todd.
It is beautiful. The sun is shining. It's Friday. I know when you guys listen to us, it's not Friday. It's the start of the week, but we hope your week is kicking off well. We are into fall season here in Ohio. It's a beautiful time of the year. And now is a great time. We're hitting you with a lot of business building ideas. So now is a great time to think about those things. Don't think you have to do it all at once. If we're overwhelming you, just turn us off. I can be overwhelming. I'm not offended by that. Just turn us off. Get back to it when you're ready, when you have time.
Right. Well, before we get into much, some things going on in the market, Todd, that might cause some questions. I was just reading an article this morning about, possible rough times financially just because of a number of things, including real estate related things that have been happening. A lot of people moving out of states like New York and California and just what that's doing to the real estate market and all of that. So what's your take on things right now?
Yeah, there's a lot happening. Of course, interest rates are a huge barrier of entry to have people buy a home. Also, Craig, did you hear that the Realtor NAR Association, I believe, so the National Association of Realtors, there's some companies, some large brands, and some of the largest, the Coldwell Bankers, I believe the Realogy brand, which is Coldwell Banker, Century 21, Remax, Sotheby's, and a few others, pulling out of that designation of a realtor. So some interesting things there. Just talking to Chris on Tuesday, and there was, it's a legal battle right now, like everything is, but lots of kind of uncertainty going on, in the real estate world. We have seen some great weeks. It's really picked up for us. So I don't know. Every year we run projections at WOW, and we look at market factors. And it seems like every year we just fail on getting it close or understanding what's going to happen because there's so many variables. Yeah. The biggest thing is the real estate industry is the leading indicator of the economy. So, the biggest impact to the economy is the real estate industry. And so there's so many things that go into it. You can only control though what you can control. I know that sounds, it's like Mr. Brady, wherever you go, there you are. For those of you listening, that's the Brady Bunch. It used to be a popular show. But that's all you can control. So I try not to worry about those things I can't, because even if I wanted to, nobody at Realogy is going to listen to me about what I have to say. So some uncertain times, some sad times in the world with the war going on. And, so keeping those people in our thoughts and our prayers. But
Absolutely. Yeah. On a lighter note, Todd, last podcast, I got off on a rabbit trail and started sharing some bad dad jokes and puns. And one of our good friends, Eon Jones out in Nevada, he dropped you an email, didn't he?
He did. He sure did. So he answered with the idea of submitting his favorite pun. And he did email me. Yeah.
So Eon, just for those of you, we'll get into some good content here, I promise, but we have to share this. So Eon says, hey, do you guys know any good food jokes? And then he says, well, probably not, because a good steak joke is a rare medium well done. I like that, Ian. I like that. So then Todd responds to him and myself and basically challenges me to respond to Ian. I said, oh, Todd and Ian, you don't want to open that can of worms. I will grill you on food puns. I mean, I'm just going to absolutely smoke you, you know? And I'm just getting cooking, Todd. I could seriously stew on these all day. And I'll I can't even. Okay. I'll further say I've been baking up some more food related puns, and I'm just going to sandwich them in between the intro here of the podcast and the main the main part of our podcast here. I know it's getting fruity, Todd, and I'm sorry. I'll just open with these initial puns as the appetizer to the main course. And okay, all right, that's enough. Let's transition here on what conferences we have on the front burner to talk about, Todd.
Oh, that's good, Craig. I needed that laugh. Conferences, 2 great ones are coming up. The 3rd and 4th of November, Eli Jones, the Rep Conference, is coming up. That is at the Mirage in Las Vegas. They're both in Las Vegas. You can find out more at repteam.com/rep 2023 Vegas. You can search it as well or find them on their Facebook page. But I will be there. I'm excited about that. I've had lots of great conversations with Eli, Jared, Kenny, Aaron, and the team. So I'm going to present there, going to be part of the mastermind. They are sold out with that mastermind day, but there are still in-person and virtual tickets. So they're going fast. We are October 13th. We're going to be past the middle of the month by the time you all are listening to this. So don't wait. Book your plane ticket. When you get within a couple of weeks, those things start to go up. So if you haven't had your plane ticket booked yet, book it. Also, the following week, PMRE, November 8th and 9th, Brandon Cooper's conference. That is at the South Point. Thank you. South Point. Sorry, Brandon, I screwed that up. At the South Point, you can find out more, pmreconference.com. If you're going to book PMRE, send me an email for a discount code. I believe they have virtual. Both conferences have virtual tickets as well. If you want to at least take the data in, email me to save $50 off your booking.
Good deal. Both great conferences, and Spiro will be glad to be at both of those, and we'll hope to connect. I won't be there myself, but Todd and Nick are going to be there, so make sure you stop by Spiro's table and say hello. They would love to connect.
Yeah.
All
definitely.
right. So, Todd, I just saw some updates pushed out for the Spiro software this past week. You want to talk a little bit about what's new?
Yeah, we had, I bullet pointed 10 of them in the email that went out. If you need that email, let me know. hello@spiro.media. I think just about everybody got it. But some exciting things, groups on your order page. So on our order pages, we have what we call bundles, and that can be one item or many items. And before they used it to show one after the next, and you could resort the order of them. But they all showed in a line and had some fabulous feedback from you guys that you'd like to group those together. So that function is in. It's basically a divider for your bundles. I love the way this makes the order pages look. I really think, now I've been looking at these order pages for 3 years, and the groups just really visually break it up. So I'm excited about that. So thank you for that feedback. That's user feedback that we put into production. Also, we launched invoicing options. So many of those, you can basically invoice any way you want. Of course, pay before download is the most popular, pay before they submit the order. You can do an invoice as well at a weekly or a monthly level. And now you can choose to group or not group invoices in that weekly or monthly invoice. Also, we have an invoice now button. So Michael's like, hey, I wish I could just invoice the button. Yeah, boom. Now we have a button there, click invoice now, and it can go out. The other cool thing is if you are on a weekly invoice pay period and you want to send someone an invoice right now, you can require just for that listing that they have to pay before they download. So I thought that was fun that William threw in there.
Yeah.
And then also custom colors. So primary color on your order page, that's the agent portal as well. But now you can change the background color, or you can give a background image You can change your fav icon. That's the little icon up in the tab. You can put your logo in there so it shows up. You can rename the portal. So the name of the tab, you can name it your order page or client log or whatever you want to name it. And then also if somebody installs the agent portal as like a faux app, a PWE app, you can put your logo there so that your logo's on their home screen. So I thought that was pretty cool. So those were the big ones. Like I said, there was 10 of them that went down, and they are all launched and ready to go.
Very good. And a lot of those, again, driven by you, users of the Spiro system. Todd, you've explained this before, but I just want to reiterate. I think the reason we're so responsive on those things is because we are an active real estate photography and videography company ourselves. So we understand the importance of those things that you're bringing to the table of, hey, could maybe the software do this? Because, we built the software to solve our problems and we want it to work for you as well. So we just want to be a value add to your business in what this software can do for you. So keep those suggestions coming.
Yeah. Coming up soon, give me 20 more seconds, Craig. You can put me on the clock, but coming up soon, custom order page questions. These are going to be done the right way, dependent questions. You can add duration based on an answer. You can ask a question just for a particular agent, just for a particular company, for a particular order page, a service. There's just a service area. There's so many goodies in here. You can suggest that they add a service based on an answer. How cool is that? I mean, talk about consultative selling. That's all going to be in there. I think it's going to drop this week that you're listening to this podcast. From there, let me give you the brief timeline. After that, custom order page questions, we're going to look at the merge fleet. The merge fleet is currently in the system. Many of you have emailed me about it. If you want to set it up inside of Spiro and use it right now, you can. In our knowledge base, just search Merge Fleet, and there's a step-by-step guide of how to set it up. Mm-hmm. It's a little detailed to set it up, but once you have it set up, it works. We will put an interface to the Merge Fleet next, where you can just upload media, very simple and easy. You don't have to even have the job in Spiro. So we're going to that. Then we will go to Square integration. We will go to referrals. And that will take us through the end of the year, very beginning of next year. So along with other subsequent updates, but those are the largest updates that are coming up.
Very exciting. I think we go ahead.
Sorry, I forgot one too, but my brain just went blank. There's another big one in there. So I apologize, y'all, but good stuff coming in.
You'll share it when it comes back to the forefront, right?
Yeah, if it ever comes back. William knows it, so we'll get it out to you guys.
Right. Todd's going to stew on this a little bit more. So, sorry, I already used that one. Okay.
Yeah, this is a half-baked thought.
Love it. I love it. All right. We might have to put a disclaimer in the description for the podcast this week. User warning. If you don't like bad puns, just don't even listen.
Just don't even, yeah.
Right. Okay. Let's get into the main course here. All right. Last week we talked a little bit about what to do when business slows down, continuing to grow your business. And Todd, you shared some great ideas. And this week we're going to go off that topic a little bit more and dive into one specific thing that we didn't talk about last week that I've done from time to time, and I know the rest of our business development specialist team does very well, and that is the something we call the office drop-in. Now, during the busy season, I don't get a chance to do this a whole lot, Todd, because I'm usually out shooting. I'm kind of doing both roles. I'm shooting and I'm doing development. But do you want to explain a little bit? Okay, what is an office drop-in?
Yeah, so. And I remembered it, Craig. It came back. It's quantity and variation on an order page. So it'll just streamline having quantity and variation. Sorry, it feels like you guys remember the movie with Macaulay Culkin where this is maybe a little much. Uncle Buck, where he's like,
oh, geez, yeah.
And he thinks of it. He's like, what's another name for this? I'm not even going to go there. But those of you guys that know Uncle Buck, he's like, and then he says the word. It's maybe a little. Not family friendly, but okay. So this is going downhill, guys. I'm so sorry. You all get a refund for this podcast today.
All right.
I'm sorry. Bill me for your time. Let's talk about drop-ins. So what is a drop-in? At its very basic definition, this is where you're basically just impromptu stopping by a real estate office to further your brand, to drop something off, to say hello to someone, to see if you can talk to someone. This is a non-scheduled appointment where you're just dropping by their office.
Right. Easy enough. All right. Thanks. Great podcast.
All right. See you guys next week.
No. Okay. So let's explore this a little bit more. All right. So my initial gut reaction to what you just described, Todd, was I have a hard enough time picking up the phone to just do a cold call, let alone this is a cold call in person. So why would we do this? First of all, I mean, I'm wired to really try and set appointments and respect the realtor's time. I might be a little hesitant to just show up unannounced, knowing they're busy people, the brokers, the realtors. So why would we do an office drop-in? Let's start there.
One, because they work to build relationships.
Okay.
They don't work every time. But remember, realtors are relationship people. People buy from people that they know, like, and trust. Mm-hmm. And they're so big on community. I don't know that you'll find a bigger profession than a realtor that wants to use people in their community. So they need to see you. You need to become known in their office where they recognize you. Try to get on a first name level. Remember the receptionist's name up front. Remember, things about their kids. And also, who doesn't love a little break during the day? Like I have, like our pastor Chip stops by and he'll like look in here and, and he's like, "Oh, are you busy?" And no, I'm always, it's like, "Oh, it's good. I need a quick break." And it's just, so pop-ins, they work. And it's good just to break down those barriers, to show up to someone and to show them that you care about them. So that would be my definition. Right. Craig, I know you do these too, but why do you do drop-ins?
Well, same thing. Just to connect. Yeah. And we'll get into some of, what you can bring with you when you do a drop-in, but the relationship building is definitely one. Obviously, that would be for an office that you're already at least somewhat familiar with. A lot of my clients, the brokers that I work with, I've friended them on Facebook or I can't say Instagram. I actually just got off Instagram. I know people are going, what? But on Facebook, I connect with a lot of realtors. So I see what's going on in their families. I just talked to a manager of an office earlier this week that I know her nephew had gone through this really horrific accident, and I've been able to keep up and, hey, how's he doing? It's that thing of connecting with another human being. Okay, this isn't just a cold business transaction. We're human beings. So yeah, just to be able to check in on people and see how they're doing, make your presence known. And we'll get into then the offices that maybe you're not as familiar with as well. But the front desk person especially loves if you bring some goodies. And I always tell them, now I'm going to give you the choice whether you keep these for yourself or you decide to share with other people coming in the front door. And they always kind of get this wry grin. And I saw one lady, she actually took a small portion just for herself. I'm like, good job. It's that relationship building. You got to have fun with people. So
you do. And so you might be terrified of doing these drop-ins. And I guess my best advice is you just have to do it. Do it 10 times and then you'll get over it. Right. You're going to be told no. You're going to, you're kind of going to be scoffed off a little bit. I don't think people will be rude to you. I think you just won't. You're not always going to like sell 3 shoots at each drop-in. That's not the goal of it. Remember back to last week, this is that serve our clients, expect nothing in return other than just building these relationships. And you will see benefit from them. So if you're scared of doing them, I was too. So much like you, I'm like, how am I going to stop in? What if they don't like me? What if they tell me my product's bad, my baby's ugly? Just try to put those out of your head. That's your left brain just thinking too much, and just stop in. The other thing is every industry does these. Literally, you go to any industry, this is a common practice. So get over yourself, get over your fears, and just go do it.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, let's talk a little bit. Okay. What should I bring for an office drop-in, Todd? Some creative ideas. What should we bring with us?
Yeah. And these are all just suggestions. So it's not like you have to do all of these, but my main point here that I want to make is that just prepare for an impromptu drop-in so that you can't use the excuse of, oh, I don't have my flyers with me. I don't have cookies. I don't have any branded material with me. Just create a car box. That's where you put all of your stuff at, and keep it stocked so that you can't give yourself that excuse. So some things that we do at WOW, we have flyers, okay, simple flyers that advertise our product, services, price list. We give out price lists. We don't hide them. I feel very strongly that if you put your price list behind a lock and key, that's not what your clients want. Just tell them what you charge, because people get a little leery when you put that behind a lock and key.
Yep.
It just is not, it's not good business. I feel very strongly about that.
And let's just put this out there. You can't sell a salesperson, and realtors are salespeople.
Exactly.
Yeah. Just be transparent with them.
Yeah. Good advice, Craig. People love that. And you love it too when you go buy something. So we all love it. Flyers, brochures, we have stickers. We have, of course, business cards. I would suggest not to leave a stack of business cards. It's a good thing to give to someone if you see them. An offer of some sort, so that could be on your flyer as well. We, of course, do cookies, food. We have different tchotchkes around. These are branded items. So, the stress balls, those are a popular one. People love stress balls. Little mint packages. They make little mint packages. We have notepads, sticky notes. Of course, we have, our pins that we drop off. It's tough to get into the pin game because Huntington Bank literally has ordered like 6 trillion Huntington pins, and it seems like they're everywhere. But we do pins as well. What am I missing, Craig? What else do we drop off?
I think you covered everything that's in my trunk of my car. You mentioned cookies and donuts, things like that. Here's a great way to make an excuse for dropping in. Look at the national holiday calendar, like National Cookie Day, National Bagel Day. Put those on your calendar, and then pick a few offices for each of those holidays, spread it around, and go pick up some bagels for National Bagel Day and drop it off and say, hey, just wanted to stop in. It's National Bagel Day. Thanks for the opportunity to work with you guys. Would love to, come in, present sometime, enjoy the bagels. And we did that earlier this summer. And Tessa, our marketing person, had us, each of us development people, take videos of ourselves coming in and doing that too. And we were able to put together a fun video celebrating some of our clients. So get an excuse to come in and make it fun.
Yeah. And also, if you take a picture, tag them, you can help them. Remember, you are the expert in social media. Most of your clients don't know what to do on social media. So if you take a picture, be like, hey, I'll tag you on our social media page. I can send it to you. So help them with that capacity too, and connect those two worlds together. And just remember, these are humans. Who doesn't this is human to human. Who doesn't like a cookie or a bagel in the office? And just kind of try to connect with them on that level. Oh, one thing, Craig. So when we drop off that food, because food, so if you drop off a tchotchke and it has your name on it, like here is and this is just for you YouTube listeners, but like here's a stress ball. So this is just as you guys would expect. It's a little red stress ball because our company colors are red, and it has WOW Video Tour stamped on it. So if somebody takes that, that's great. They have our company on there, notepad. We have those too. So you can't put your brand on everything, a cookie or a bagel. I guess you could put your brand on a cookie, but really not cost effectively. It's going to cost a lot of money to have your brand, sprayed on a cookie. when we drop off cookies, bagels, donuts, we have stickers created that have our name, company website, and then a QR code. The sticker says compliments of Wow Video Tours. Has the QR code there so people can scan it. And then we just put a sticker on the top side of the box, but then also when you open the box up, we put a sticker on the inside as well.
Yeah.
I think a lot of times at an office, that lid will sit opened. And if your sticker's on the back side of it, no one's going to see it. So just put it on the front, on both sides of the lid. Those stickers you can get in a roll for next to nothing. Mm-hmm. And you can use them in some other capacities as well, other than just dropping off, your perishable, your cookies, your bagels, things like that.
Right. Great, easy idea.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Okay. Now let me shift gears a little bit. I mentioned earlier, of course, it's easy to drop in an office that you're at least somewhat familiar with. Let's talk about those offices and those brokerages that you haven't yet gotten your in. You really don't know anybody there. What do you do for a drop in there?
Yeah, so there it's going to be much the same. So have your goodies that you're going to drop off, and it's important also to drop off information about your company because they don't know anything about you. And if you just leave a box of cookies, they might think, hey, this company's nice, but I don't know that it's going to get you anywhere unless you literally drop off cookies like every day. So drop off a flyer. We like to do an offer as well. And you're going to walk in, the receptionist is going to say, can I help you? And you're going to say, yeah, hey, I'm Todd with Wow Video Tours. We produce photo, video, drone, 3D, all kinds of beautiful media for your agent's listings. I just want to drop by today. I have some goodies for you and I have a little information. Could I place these brochures in the agent's mailboxes? Okay, so what have we done here? So basically, you've gotten straight to the point because, trust me, this receptionist doesn't know you from anyone, and they don't really want to play games at this point. You could try to sweet talk them a little bit and how's your day going? I have found that doesn't really work because they just want to know what is this. They know you're a salesperson coming in.
Right.
I think they'll appreciate if you just get to the point and ask them what you want. And the reason why we ask to put the flyers or the brochures in the mailboxes is because I always somewhat have this suspicion, like if I drop off, 20 of our 8x8 brochures or our folded printed material, that costs 80 some to $1.20 some each. So if I'm putting $20 worth of printed material down there, I guess it's just going to get swept off the counter into the trash can. And having those flyers or those brochures in the mailbox is a lot better. It keeps you in the office longer. You might not always get the receptionist to say, oh yeah, come on back into the office. Mm-hmm. But if you don't ask, I guess, what does it hurt to ask? And I learned that from Craig, Chris, Pam, and Joy, our sales team, and Steve. It's just always ask, because the worst thing that's going to happen is they're going to say no.
Right.
Probably that receptionist can be like, oh, thank you. I'll put them in the mailboxes for you. And they just say, okay, great. Thanks so much. And, you're basically kind of done at that point.
I would add something though, Todd.
Yeah.
Just from other sales roles I've been in, that front desk person is your first, what we would call a gatekeeper. Part of their job is to really run interference for, the VPs, the managers, things like that, because they get bombarded with requests all day. So they're really gatekeeping. They're filtering who's going to get access to their office and to the managers and brokers and owners, things like that. So yeah, definitely making that first connection with the front gatekeeper. But I wouldn't hesitate to then also ask the question, hey, we've been able to do a lot of presentations to kind of introduce ourselves to other brokerages and other realtors, in the market. Could I ask who's the person that I would need to talk to about the potential for us coming in? Are you willing to help me with that? And just ask the question. And usually you're going to get that because they are usually looking for other vendors and more information to educate their realtors. And then you now have a contact name that you can follow up with. And I would say, I don't want to talk to them today. I understand I just popped in, unexpected. But would it be okay to contact them to set up an appointment, and get on their schedule? And people appreciate that, is what I've found. You're not assuming that you can just talk to the decision maker right away, but you're giving the respect to the gatekeeper of their role and their position. You work with them first, build a rapport with them first, and then get the introduction eventually to the ultimate decision maker.
Yes, that's great input, Craig. To ask again, and the worst thing they can do is say no. Also, take it from the perspective that you're there to help their company. And if they don't know about your services, then they're missing out on the beautiful media that you can produce and the quality service that you give. They are also always looking to see what's available for their agents.
Right.
So it's going to be on their timeline, like Craig mentioned, but ask for it. Ask to get that, morning meeting or that weekly, monthly meeting. I think that's a great suggestion, Craig.
Yeah. Yeah. I wouldn't ask for the meeting right away. I just ask who's the person that I would need to talk to about that. And can I set up an appointment? Once that happens and you make that contact, then you can ask for the opportunity to do that. But yeah, I mean, you don't want the visit to be pointless. Not that it is, even if you don't ask, you're still getting your materials there, but just go ahead and just start to build the relationship with the first gatekeeper and get on their radar. So
yeah, if you sense that the gatekeeper is not, if he or she's not that busy, this is maybe where you try to turn on your personality a little bit. If if it's a boring day and they're just sitting there, and probably want someone to talk to.
Yeah.
So maybe take that opportunity that you can just be friendly with them. Use the line that Craig gave, like, okay, now I'll let you completely decide if these are going to, go to you or if you're going to share these. I won't judge, it's up to you, and see if you can get a chuckle out of them. And then if they give you anything that they start talking about, take it, ask questions.
Yeah.
And who knows what those questions will lead to, because the thing about it is that receptionist at the front just about knows everybody that's in. Typically, in an office, when agents come in, some agencies have boards where they would just put a magnet from in to out. So, and they see these agents walk in and out. So they might say, oh yeah, my office manager is actually here, and I think this is really great. You might get it. It's not guaranteed, but the longer you can spend in that office, the better. And if it's the first or the second or the fifth time that you've done it, you're probably going to be uncomfortable as all can get out standing there, because you're basically going to run in, throw those cookies on the desk and your flyers and run out. Try. It's just normal.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just try to stand there a little bit more and say one more thing and just know, hey, how can I help them? And I think that's a good mindset to come from.
All right, Todd, all great suggestions for basically an in-person cold call. Now, we did kind of hint a little bit about offices that we do know somebody, but say there are some agents at this particular office that you've dropped in on. How would you, what does the conversation with the front desk person look like there?
Yeah, it's a little bit different because you have some ammunition to use, as some people there. You might actually know the front desk person by this point, and you can just ask for those individuals that you know. If you've done a presentation for the manager before, you can ask for the manager. So that would be my only change there, is you walk in and you can ask, hey, is Joe in? Is Sally in? And see if they're in, see if the manager's in, and just ask. You can ask 4 or 5, ask for as many people as you know, and see if you can meet with them. And then meeting with them is it's going to be impromptu. So I was actually in one of our cities that we're trying to grow in this last Tuesday, and we had a few variations of these. So the first one that we went to was an office where we're not doing business. And I wanted to try to talk to the broker. So have talked to the broker in the past, and was having problems getting a response from her. And we went by the office, and I thought I knew what car she drove. So we popped by the office to begin with, Chris and I, and car wasn't there. So we literally just went 2 streets over to the next office because our goal was to pop in when she was in. That's one of the beauties about if you're doing drop-offs is these offices are really close to each other. At least in our neck of the woods in a city, you'll find that you might have 3, 4, 5, 10 offices within 5 or 10 miles. So we literally went, it wasn't even 2 streets over. It was literally almost in the same parking lot. We went to the next office, and this was an office where we do a lot of business. I know the head of it and his cousin, who they both run the company together. I know Julie at the front desk. So I walk in, Julie, how are you? So good to see you. She knows me. Hey, Todd. Hey, Chris. How are you guys out doing today? I was like, hey, I know Austin is out of the office today because I talked to Austin. If you know something, say it. The more information you know, the more they're like, okay, this person's talked to people. Hey, I know he's out of the office, but we just want to stop by. We brought you all some sugar. And they're like, oh, we love sugar. And then at that point, they're like, oh, do you want to come on back? So at that point, because we have an established relationship, we're like, yeah, we'll walk on by and we'll walk around. And she's like, hey, I think Nate's back there. And so we walk into the door, and Nate was there talking to Tom, who's the dad. That's the uncle of Nate. Anyway, so the right people are in the office, and hey, they're like, hey guys, how are you? And try to remember people by name. It's tough for me, but I knew it was Nate. I knew it was Tom. These are people we deal with all the time. And hey, so good to see you, I said. And they're like, hey, what are you out doing? I'm like, we're just stopping by. It's getting to be fall. I know it's slowing down a little bit, and we wanted to just take some time to pop by to say, hey, we appreciate you. We brought a little sugar, left it up front, but just wanted to say thank you for your business. Just wanted to see how you're doing, if there's anything we can help with. That would be my pitch. And then he was just like, oh yeah. He's like, thanks so much. He's like, Austin's not in right now. And at that point, it was kind of just small talk. We were cracking jokes. We were talking about actually my Vegas trip came up. And so it was small talk. And then Nate was like, oh, hey, can I run something by you? And so he had this idea for content. And literally then I spent 30 minutes in Nate's office. We were on a whiteboard talking about ideas of how they're going to do this content shoot. So you never know what you're going to do, what you're going to get. It was great. I got 30 minutes with him. Yeah. And afterwards, we walked the rest of the office because we had seen Nate and Tom. No one else was in, but we didn't walk just straight out. Remember, Julie let us in. So if you're welcomed in, use every part of that. Walk the office. We went around the corner. We snooped around. No one was in. So when we knew that, we walked back out, thanked Julie, made sure, a little small talk, have a great weekend. And then we were done at that office. So we were probably in there, though, 45 minutes because we spent 30 minutes with Nate. And the longer you're in an office, the more people are comfortable with you, the more your personality can come out, the more that they know, like, and trust you.
There you go. All that from an impromptu office drop-in. Pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. And they all don't end up that way. We went back over to the other parking lot to the broker we were trying to catch that day. And we realized we didn't think the car was there. So we were just like, we're just going to drop them off because we had an appointment booked afterwards. And we went in and asked for her. And the receptionist was like, well, let me go see if she's available. We're like, okay, cool. She's here. So we had the cookies. I had the meeting, I had handwritten a note anticipating that she wasn't going to be there or be available. So the receptionist comes back. I was just like, oh, no, sorry, she's in a meeting. We're like, oh, that's okay. We were just stopping by. I'm like, I've got a note for her. If you could just leave it for her. In the note, I basically said, sorry, we missed you today. Was hoping to stop by just to say hello. Would love to earn your business for 2024. I'm here for if you need anything. But I hand wrote it on company note cards and left that. The receptionist, I'm always looking for little things because the receptionist was kind of straight faced to begin with, younger girl. And I did not remember her name. She was a new face for me. She had a coffee cup that said Tears of My Enemies. And I just like, this is kind of unique. I joked about it. I got a little bit out of her, small talked for, a minute after that. So I'm always trying to push the relationship along a little bit, use anything you can get. So at that office, we weren't invited in, so I didn't go snoop around. You're always kind of looking to see who's around. Somebody peeked their head out of the copy room. I didn't recognize them. I think it was just an admin there. So if I would have said the name and said hello. Mm-hmm. But that one, we kind of we were in and out. It was probably 4 minutes, 5 minutes, and then we were gone on to the next.
I'm just thinking a front desk person acting as a gatekeeper with a mug that says "Tears of My Enemies" is not a person you want to cross. You want to build a good relationship with that person.
Yes, that's is true. That
is hardcore. Smart hire. Smart hire.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But now it's like next time I go back in, like, how could I use it to my advantage? Like, I know she has a sense of humor.
Right.
I don't know. I haven't figured anything out, but I'm just always trying to remember these things because you're trying to draw back that you remember something about them. They're important to you. That will push the relationship along.
Yeah. There's one front desk person at one of the brokerages I drop into every once in a while. Her name is Sarah, and it was the first time I had met her, and she said, "Easy way to remember, I like to harass everybody, and Sarah backwards is harass." I have never forgotten it. So
that's good. That's funny.
Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, all right. Well, great. Just some great ideas on office drop-ins. Another tool in your tool bucket, your tool pouch to continue to work in your business or work on your business. Sorry, not in your business, especially as things are slowing down here, at least in various parts of the country and world as we go into fall and winter here in the U.S. But have some fun with it. For those of you that are introverts and get nervous about it, I am too. I get it. There's always some initial, a little bit of anxiety, but just be yourself. Have some fun with people. People like to laugh, and even though I tell really bad dad jokes, I don't consider myself super funny. I will say that, but have fun with people and understand that they might be having a stressful day. Something that you can do to just help lighten the day and bring some joy to them can go really a long way in building relationship and trust. So hope these ideas are something that will benefit you and your business. Todd, thanks for sharing those. Any closing thoughts that you have?
Just the highlights again. Just one, be prepared, but don't think you have to be perfect. If you don't have an order of your tchotchkes yet, you don't need them. Just start with a simple flyer or even a business card. So keep it simple. Don't think you have to do what we do. Don't put that pressure on yourself. If you do, great. If you have a better idea, let us know. We'll share it with the community. But don't make it have to be perfect, because then you're never going to do it. And the point is that you just actually do the action of stopping in so that they can get to know your face. So just force yourself to do it, walk in, and you will see fruit from that labor.
Yep. I have to say, Todd, your use of the word or term tchotchkes, I've never heard that term before.
Really?
No, I've never heard that. I've always referred to those branded items that we hand out as bling. I got some bling for you today.
I like that too. Well, so I don't know where the tchotchke comes from. I found out today as I was typing our notes, it's spelled with a T.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's point C7, CI7, tchotchkes, branded items, TCHOTCHKE.
There's your word for the day, folks.
Who knows?
All righty. Awesome. Well, Todd, thank you. Appreciate
my pleasure.
Just some really good information. All right. So again, hope that's of benefit to your business. If you have a business question, something that you'd like maybe some input on, things that you've been thinking through or have heard others wrestling with, let us know. We'd love to dive into that and cover that here on the Spiro podcast. If we don't know the answer, again, we'll find somebody that can answer that and get them here on the podcast and just try and benefit the community. You can email us, hello at spiro.media. That will go right to Todd, and we'll take the ball and roll from there. So thanks, Ian, again. Thank you for the food puns. Always have fun interacting with you. I'm sorry if I caused pain and suffering for anybody at the beginning of the podcast. All right. Well, let's wrap things up. Hey, until next week, just be grateful for the blessings in your life, in your business, and make sure you take a breath. Have a great week.
Thank you for joining us for the Spiro Podcast, Managing Your Real Estate Photography and Videography Business. This is a production of Spiro and Wow Video Tours. You can find out more about Spiro's real estate media business management software at our website, spiro.media.